Hi, this is Jessie from the Speaker Creative, and today we will be focusing on a strategy that will help you to say what you want in English and help you speak creatively and with confidence. If this is your first time tuning in to the podcast or watching this from YouTube, welcome to the channel and a pat on your shoulder for taking that decision or making that decision to boost your learning on public speaking. So, a little pep talk. All right. If you think that you don't have what it takes to speak in English, or you have all these insecurities and you're unable to pitch your idea, to express yourself, speak your mind, or to talk about your brand, or even to engage with other people to start a conversation, then fret not because I am here to help you do just that. In this episode, we're going to be talking about why you need confidence in order to say what you want in English and who this lesson is for, as well as a mini project that will kickstart your English speaking journey. So, story time. So, last week, I had a conversation with a friend who lost her job recently as a result of the pandemic. And I was telling her about these online jobs, the VA jobs that I've been seeing on TikTok, that I've been hearing from other friends as well. And I thought that she'll be a good fit for it. And I was surprised when she told me or asked me, will there be an interview? And is it going to be in English? I know in my heart that she's capable of expressing herself, but I was just surprised with the question. And I told her that just like any other companies or jobs, definitely interview is part of the process. And most probably it's going to be in English. And she stopped and thought about it and then said, nah, I don't think I'll be good enough to do the interview in English. I haven't done interviews in a really long time. And that conversation lingered in my mind because my friend could have easily landed that job, that VA job, or any other remote job, because I know how she works and she has really good work ethics. But it also hit me that a lot of women lost their jobs during the pandemic, and they could have easily landed or found a job online, provided that they do have the capabilities or the skills, excellent communication skills. And I was thinking about it, that a lot of women who have lost their jobs, who are exposed to this kind of opportunities, missed out on those opportunities because of fear of speaking in English. And it saddens me because a lot of people are going through that kind of fear. They have this mindset that I need to be really good. I don't want to be embarrassed, or I might blank out. I don't know what to say. I don't know if I would be able to express myself in English. Giving up on English and speaking would mean that I would be giving up on a dream, an opportunity, on a job, or even a promotion, or on building relationships with other people. Because let's admit it, in order for us to build relationships, we need to speak, we need to engage, we need to converse. And us not having the confidence to do that would lead us to a lot of missed opportunities. Now, if you think that you will never be good enough to speak English, or there's no way that you will be as good as those other people that you've been hearing, that you've been watching, those who are very confident expressing themselves, I'm going to tell you right now, a truth bomb, that it's not impossible. You can absolutely speak creatively and with confidence. I'm going to repeat that. You can absolutely speak creatively and with confidence using the English language. So I did a class last year, and this is with a group of vloggers. There were teachers, and there were also artists. And they used to be very shy and timid when they started the course. And that's the reason why they joined the course as well, because they would want to improve their public speaking skills. And I remember week on week, we would have challenges, activities, and it was a proud moment for me to be able to witness their growth week on week. Because they made a decision to start up with a strategy that I'm going to be sharing with you in this episode, I witnessed their growth because they made that decision to improve their speaking skills. One of them is now a travel blogger. One of the teachers joined a contest that required her to present herself, and she won. And then the other one, the artist, is now conducting watercolor workshops. And then the other teacher that I had on was invited to be a guest speaker. Watching them grow and hearing them speak creatively and with confidence made me realize that really nothing is impossible when it comes to learning a new skill. And today I'm sharing you these stories because I would like you to know and to understand and believe that you are capable of learning as well. Their stories can be your stories. Disclaimer though, this technique that we'll be sharing with you is not a magic potion. Okay, there's no such thing. This will not transform you overnight. Okay, because it just like any type of skill, this will require consistency, dedication, practice, and continuous learning. The overnight success, that's a myth. There's no such thing. There's no formula. So if you're thinking of applying the skill and expecting like an overnight result, sorry to burst your bubble, but there's no such. So what I can promise you is if you kickstart your journey with this skill, with this strategy, with this technique, I assure you that when you start today, a week later, you'll definitely see an improvement. Now, a lot of people would say that, Jessie, I've been studying English for as long as I can remember. I mean, I know the grammar, I know the subject verb agreement, I know a lot of words in terms of vocabulary. So why do I even need this technique? Why do I even need to study further? Okay. The thing about this stored knowledge of the theoretical side of English, they're not wasted. I'm not saying that you don't need them. The problem is, how do you apply them in your day-to-day conversations? Because the thing with public speaking or speaking in English, for you to achieve the goal of speaking creatively and with confidence, you need practical applications. And I think for the most part, or I think for a lot of online courses out there, this is the thing that's missing. It's speaking. And in order for you to learn how to speak, you need to speak up. You need to practice. You need to do exercises and activities in order for you to build on that confidence and to say what you want in English. Okay, in this episode, I will be asking you to step out of your comfort zone and to try something that you might deter when you hear it the first time. You may not like it, but what I ask is for you to give it a try. So if I invite you right now to go on live with me on a podcast interview in English, straight English, and we will record it and we will publish it, how would you feel? Would you say yes? I'm going to let you think about that for a few seconds. But at least 80% would probably say, no, Jessie, I am not going to do it. That is really scary. I don't think I would be able to answer any of your questions or engage with you in pure English. I don't think I would be able to do that. That's just not for me. And for a lot of people who I have invited to join me on the podcast, that is a usual reaction. So don't worry, that is normal. That is absolutely normal. The questions of what if I blank out? What if I wasn't coherent enough? What if people don't understand? What if people laugh at me because of my accent? These are some of the questions that my students from last year had before they start the program. And those questions are important because now you are aware of the things that you are afraid of. Now you are aware of the things that we need to work on. And so this strategy that I will be sharing with you will hopefully help you to address all of those questions. So on to the technique. All right. So for this strategy, you only need three things. Okay. First is your smartphone, right? And a topic. And then the third one is your commitment to do it and to accept this challenge. I would like you to pick a topic that you're passionate about and talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes while pressing record on your smartphone. Taylor Swift, in her recent NYU speech, talked about a time or a moment wherein or something that made you cringe. And I think this would probably be that moment when you start to listen to your recording. And trust me, it's the exact moment that's playing in my mind right now. The first time that I did the recording and I listened to it. So it will definitely make you cringe, and that's absolutely okay. Chances are, midway listening to your recording, you probably would want to stop listening or to cover your ears, and not wanting to listen to the rest of your recording. And that's absolutely fine. But now that you're listening to it, you are now becoming more aware of your sound and the tonality of your voice and how you sound when you speak in English. So now that you have listened to it, before you can delete this immediately. No one needs to hear your recording. So you can immediately delete it. But before you delete it, I'd like for you to answer these questions. Two things. Number one, how was it? What is something that you could have changed? Was there a word that I shouldn't have used it? I should have used this other word. Take note of all those observations. The second question is, what went well? I'm sure absolutely something went well with that recording. I want you to take note of that. Now you can freely delete that recording. And now what I would like you to do is to re-record that speech that you did about that topic. And this time around, apply those observations that you've seen when you listen to your recording the first time. This strategy is effective because of several things. Number one, when you listen to it the first time, right, and you have identified the things that you need to work on, you are becoming more aware of the things that you need to work on or to improve. And that's important because that is awareness. Okay, it's shifting your mindset of, oh, okay, I was able to do it, but there are things that I need to improve. Second is that one of the reasons that people are so scared of speaking in English is because they don't know how they sound. You'll be able to identify, did I have an accent, or is there something that I need to change with the way that I presented myself in that recording? And then the more that you do it, the more that you start to embrace how you sound. And that's very important because that is your voice and that is unique. So you need to fall in love with your own voice. The third one is when you listen to your recording, you will also notice that in pronunciation, there are things that you would want to improve on. And the more that you do the recording, the more that you identify what those words are, it will improve your pronunciation in English. The fourth one is about repetition. And with any type of skill, this is very important because it's as if you are building muscle. So when you are doing a technique several times over and over, you're creating this foundation of repetition and it becomes a muscle memory, hence becoming like second nature to you. So yes, it may sound like, okay, I kept on doing the same thing over and over, but that's how you learn. That's how you achieve your goal. Now, the other aspect of this strategy is also the reactivation of the things that you have learned. Remember the theoretical side of English that we talked about earlier? When you start to record yourself, and you start to identify the things that you need to work on, activating, like what I said, everything that we have learned from school, from our engagement, everything that we have absorbed, those theoretical aspects of speaking in English, those are not wasted. And this technique and strategy, you are applying them and you are recalling, you're doing a recollection of all the things that you have learned. Most important benefit of this exercise is your confidence. Remember, if you're doing this the first time and hearing your voice for the first time, you nailed it. You absolutely went on and did it. And that's important because that is courage. And the more that you do that, the more that you're practicing doing the repetition of recording, listening, observing, and deleting, and then doing it again, it's building your confidence. So the next time that someone would ask you to talk about something that you're passionate about, your hobby, where did you go over the weekend, what food you like, your preferences, you're now more confident to say what you want because you feel more free and comfortable to speak in English. So for this prompt, I'd like for you to answer this question. If you have been granted the opportunity to eat something over and over and over again without being sick, what will it be and why? Okay. So use that as a prompt, talk about it, answer the question for 1 to 2 minutes, time yourself, record, and then do the same process. And then share your experience with me. You can type it on the comment section of this podcast. You can tag me on, if you want to record it on Instagram, do a TikTok about it. Tag me, Artsy Jessie. You can find me on Instagram as well as Artsy Jessie. And I would love to listen to that recording or watch you do and answer that question. So thanks for joining me in this episode. And remember, as always, speak creatively and with confidence. See you in the next one.